You guys already know I got a Shimano. What Shimano, you ask? Ooh, I just took a glimpse, man. I just took a glimpse. I don't even know which ones I want to show you guys first. Look at all these 6 cents heaters. What is up, everybody? Thank you for clicking on the video. I'm starting this one off out here in the backyard because, well, I just mowed it and I just wanted to show it off, really. It was getting out of hand. The dogs were starting to eat the grass. It's looking pretty good now. It's good to have land. It's good to keep up with the yard work. I started to let it slide, but I had to whip it into shape. You guys haven't seen the backyard in a while, and I thought I'd kick the camera on back here, let you check it out. Things are still going good. We still have our grapefruit tree right here. I don't know if some of you guys remember that from some of the older videos. It grew 1 grapefruit last year. This year, it's got 2 grapefruits on it. And aside from that, it's a beautiful day out here. Just got done mowing, edging, all that good stuff. And now I'm kind of just out here enjoying the weather, getting ready to head to town. Gonna pick up a new reel. I have a rod that's sitting in the corner that I want to get rigged up. No better way to do that than to go pick up a new Shimano, right? So stay tuned. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, consider subscribing to the channel. We are ripping right along now, man, and I would love to have you guys on board with us over here. But let's spend a little bit of money, get us a new setup rigged up. That way we'll have yet another option on the deck of Beetlejuice. Let's go. I was gonna vlog my trip to town, take you guys with me, talk to the camera in the truck, go to the sporting goods store, pick up the new reel, and then I started thinking about how that's been done like a million times on a million different channels. You guys know what the store looks like, and I figured instead of doing something like that, what I would do is try to bring you guys some value. I just ran to town, grabbed the reel, grabbed some line, and now we're back here in the office, and I wanted to explain a couple things about why we're doing what we're doing in today's video. So like I said, I got a new reel and some line. We're gonna go ahead and get it rigged up. Some of you guys may remember from a while back when I had the pitching and flipping stick from St. Croix, and I went and returned it and traded it for this 7-1 medium heavy. Since that happened, I have acquired other rods, and I ended up taking the reel that was on this rod off and putting it on another rod, a crankbait rod. So I've just had this thing sitting in the corner, and as nice as it is and as much as I paid for it, it's hard for me to let this thing go to waste. It is a nice rod. This is the Mojo Bass MJC 71 MHF 7-1 medium heavy fast action. Just a good all around graphite rod for throwing. According to St. Croix here on the handle, it says jigs and baits. I will probably use it to throw things like swim jigs, chatterbaits, things like that. I like a fast action rod for chatterbaits. Some people like a more moderate action rod for chatterbaits. Me, I've always preferred like a faster tip, so this will be fine. Throwing chatterbaits, jigs, baits, probably maybe some Texas rigs, and things like that. This will be a good setup to do that with. So I had to go get a reel to throw on this puppy so that I didn't have it sitting over there in the corner, just collecting dust. That's no good. It's practically brand new. I'm not even certain that I've caught fish on it yet. Maybe, maybe not. Anyways, so that's what's going on, man. We're gonna get a new reel saddled up on this Mojo Bass 7-1 medium heavy and get this back into the rotation. That way we'll have another option with us on the deck of the boat. Just one more thing that we can have tied on, pick up at a moment's notice, and anytime we need to adjust when they're not hitting whatever we're throwing. So that's what's going down, man. New reel on the old rod. Next thing that I'm gonna talk to you about in this video is why I run a monofilament backing on pretty much all of my reels, and we'll get into that as we're spooling up the new reel. In addition to that, the postman dropped off a package here. Who could it be from? I don't know. Maybe Team 6. We'll have to crack this thing open and find out. No, I'm just kidding. I know exactly what is in here. I went and placed an order for the end of winter, early springtime crankbait bite. There's some new colors in this box that I don't currently own, and I'm excited to crack into this thing, share it with you guys. I know how you love the unboxings. We're gonna do that. In addition to that, I wanna show you guys something that's really special. This is my first Baitcaster ever, and it is a Shimano. Shimano Bantam Coriolis. Check it out, man. Still kicking, still rocking. I've had this thing since I was a kid. My grandfather gave it to me. Shout outs to you people if you're watching. My first ever Shimano. My first ever Baitcaster happens to be a Shimano, and I've gone through a whole bunch of different brands, and we've come full circle, and I bet you guys can guess what kind of reel is in this bag right now. All right, let's get into this unboxing. And speaking of things that my grandfather gave me, this is a Tomahawk push dagger. He gave it to me when I was like 10. It's awesome. We're not gonna use that to open the package though. I think I'm gonna go with this. This is a Spyderco blade that my wife got me for Christmas. Very nice, check it out. I got some Spyderco fans watching. Shout outs to you guys. Let's quit jack-a-lacking around and get into this bait unboxing. New heaters from the 6. You guys know the deal. 6 Cents Fishing. Shop 6centsfishing.com. Use my code JR10. Save 10% off your entire order. Doing that not only supports me, it supports the channel, supports the 6. Good people over there at 6 Cents Fishing. Some Texas boys representing one of the fastest growing names in the industry. And not only are they fast growing, but they legitimately make some of the best baits that I have ever used in my entire life, which is why I constantly rave about them here on my channel. You see me throwing these baits all the time. I've caught multiple PBs using these baits. These baits are the truth. We're not blowing smoke here, but this is that 6 Cents smoke, and there's nothing but heaters in this box. Let's crack off into it. Probably needs to be sharpened. Well, it's still pretty slick. All right. Oh, you guys see it? What is it? I don't even know. You guys see it before I see it. What's in here? Freaking rod sleeve, dude. I did not even order this. They just threw this in, and this is super nice rod sleeve from the 6. Oh yeah, I definitely needed this. Stoked on that. Just one more thing that 6 Cents does to show you that they appreciate you as a customer, going above and beyond. Shout out to the 6. Next, ooh wee, I just took a glimpse, man. I just took a glimpse. I don't even know which ones I want to show you guys first. Oh my gosh. Oh, they're all heaters. They're all heaters, guys. All right, let's just go in one at a time. This one right here, first one up, Curve 55. Boom. You guys see where we're going with this? This is a Delta Craw, really dark red crawfish pattern. Curve 55. Love this crankbait. Didn't have any dark colors like this. Wanted to make sure I snagged some for the box. Set them right here. Bait number 2, another Curve 55. This is the color currently discontinued that I recently caught the PB here on the channel.
Oh my God. Jay, come on, Jay. Jay, come on. Jay, come on. Come on, Jay. Jay. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Please, bro. Please. Please, bro. Please. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, Jay, my heart is racing. Oh my God.
Oh, you got him.
Dude.
Choked it.
Dude.
That's a 7.
That's the biggest fish I've ever caught in my life. I just caught my PB. I just caught my PB. I just caught my PB. Guys. Jay, I just caught my PB, dude. I'm saying it now with confidence.
6.26 pounds, Spanish bone, but this is a different model bait. This is the same color, but in the Curve 55. Spanish bone, Curve 55. Last I checked, there were still some of these available on the website. This color, though, currently discontinued. Once they're gone, they're gone. Make sure you guys get on it if you're wanting one of these. Super stoked on that money. DQ, discontinued, man, of course. All right, there's another one. I think I actually ordered 3 of these, so if there's another one that comes out of this box, don't be surprised. There's another one, Curve 55, Spanish bone. I wanted to load up, man. Like I said, I had to stock up. You guys go stock up. JR10 at checkout. Next up, been catching fish all winter long on flat-sided square bill. The Crush Flat 75X from 6 Cents Fishing. Got this one here in Brown Eye Special. Love the name of that color. That's the brown eye right there. Springtime crawfish pattern. That'll draw out the bite. Once these red crawfish start coming out, that's really gonna draw out the bite. That color pops. Heard a lot of good things about it. Brown Eye Special. Can't wait to throw this one. All right, the next few baits are the silent version of the Crush 50, the Crush 50S, but they're in some really unique colors. Check these out. Crush 50S Bone Reactor. Look at that thing. I decided to grab it because the Spanish bone was discontinued. Thought this was a pretty close imitation. There's the Crush 50S in Bone Reactor. Still a very nice natural shad color. That's the Crush 50S, the silent version. No knockers, no rattles. All right, here's another dark red springtime crawfish pattern. This is the Delta crawfish in the Crush 50S. There you go, dark red, springtime red crawfish patterns. Crush 50s. Here's another one. This is a wild color, man. I'm gonna have to crack this open and show it to you. Super unique color pattern right here. The Crackle Craw. Look at that, man, orange and red. But once you get really close, man, and see the detail, that's when it really comes out, man. Look up close at the detail on this thing. That blue, that black crackle with the gold and the orange, the purple hues, the cracks along the top. This thing is just money. It's a beautiful bait, super detailed. That's the Crackle Craw, and I'm super stoked on that one. Absolutely beautiful bait, money. All right, here's another one. This is Cajun craw. It's a little flat craw pattern, a little brighter color, just a little bit more natural. Wanted to have that as an option. Beautiful color. Just another awesome option from the 6, man. You guys can't beat it. Look at that. Epic. There is one more look at the 3 Crush 50S silent crawfish patterns that I got. All right, let's keep moving. I got a few more things in the box. One more awesome thing that 6th Sense does is they send your baits out in these awesome little satchels, little cloth bags. I have kept these around and used these on multiple occasions to stow all kinds of stuff. Camera gear, lenses, extra batteries, random baits, or just stuff that I need to grab real quick and I don't have a bag for, I don't have a place for on the boat. Grab one of these, throw it in there, good to go. Fishing line is another thing that comes to mind. Speaking of fishing line, I have fishing line here right now. Fishing line in the bag. We're gonna open. I'm gonna show you guys what my favorite fluorocarbon is. Stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching the video. If you aren't enjoying yourself, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're gonna keep it rocking and rolling here. I'm gonna get into the rest of these baits and then we're gonna spool up the brand new reel. Stay tuned to find out what the new reel is. I bet some of you already know. Leave your guesses down below in the comments if you do. But let's get into this awesome cloth sack that 6th Sense sent us. These are all, I believe, the same bait. They're all Crush 50Xs. I had to load up on the Crushes. Let's do that whole fun thing where we dump the whole bag out into the box. Ready? There's some more. 6th Sense, man. Shout outs to the 6. Free rod sleeve, free cloth bag. What else? What else? All right, Crush 50s. Oh my gosh, you guys ain't ready. You guys ain't ready. You ain't ready for these patterns, dude. First up, look at this. Look at this crawfish pattern. Look at that thing. Beautiful. High def craw. Crazy, dude. Look at that. Beautiful. Next, craw bomb. Got a bunch of glitter going on, bunch of fancy stuff going on in that one. Craw bomb, Crush 50X. Here's another super natural, look at that, natural crawfish. Dude, look at that color. Look at that paint app, dude. Jaint juice, that Crush 50X and the Jaint. If you guys haven't checked out the Jaint juice, it's one of their most unique, awesome looking colors. Look at that, I have a couple baits in this now. Had to snag one of the Crush 50Xs in the Jaint. Next, this right here, man, baby crappie. A lot of crappie on my lake, so wanted to snag one of these. Looks like it could be money. Another natural pattern. 4K shad, you guys know how I love my 4K shad. This is one of my favorite patterns. If you guys don't know what color to pick, you can't go wrong. Grab any one of their crankbaits in this color right here, and you will smash. 4K shad, money. Super money, dude. Couple more. Here's another natural shad pattern. This is Ghost Pro Shad. Look at that thing right there, man. Beautiful, nice, natural ghost shad color. A little bit of lavender sheen going on, little lavender hue, little shine. Nice, nice. I got 2 more in here. One is another dark red craw pattern and another one is a super unique paint job that I can't wait to show you guys. Here's the red one, Lava Truce. It's red, dark red with a little bit of chartreuse on the belly that you guys can't really see, but it's in there. It is, it's in there. Last but not least, this one right here, Black Light Craw, super unique, had to get it. I'm not sure how well this will work on my particular body of water that I fish normally, but dude, look at this color. I'm gonna get it out of the box. I'm gonna show it to you guys out of the box for the first time. Dude, look at that. That is just, I'm telling you guys, for the money, you cannot beat these baits. They come with black nickel, high quality, high strength, laser sharpened hardware. You can see that the hook points are bent in. These things stick pigs and keep them stuck. You don't have to change the hooks or the split rings out on these when you get them. They're ready to go straight out of the package with some of the best paint apps in the business. Yes, sir. I wanted to grab these red and crawfish patterns so that once those crawfish start popping out into that warmer water, I had all kinds of options. I didn't really have a lot of red stuff, but I wanted to make sure that I did when the time came to start throwing it, which I believe is now. You guys are gonna have to stay tuned and find out if it produces for me, but I'm excited to get out there and start using these baits. And one last surprise. This is the Mad Dog 130 topwater bait, shad dawn. I wanted a large profile topwater walking bait. You know I love throwing my 130 millimeter whopper ploppers. So when I saw this awesome color and this awesome bait, I had to pull the trigger. Look at that beautiful lavender shad, 2 big old knockers in there. This is a beautiful bait, perfect profile, 130 millimeters. This is not too big of a bait. I promise you, all bass will smash this, big and small. I cannot wait to start throwing this in the springtime. Springtime baits. They weren't all just cranks. I had one topwater, sneaky springtime, full-blown warm weather bait thrown in there for you guys. Stay tuned if you want to see me throwing the Mad Dog 130 from 6 cents. And like I said, go on their website, man, shop around. I did. I placed a huge order and I'm stoked on everything I got. Now that I see it in person, it's even better. But yeah, we got a good little stack of baits here, man. I couldn't be happier. Add these to the tackle wall, the ones that I plan on throwing really soon in the boat, and we'll be good to go. These two right here get the reward for the most unique. That's Crackle Craw and Blacklight Craw, if you guys are interested in snagging either one of those. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna keep this video rocking and rolling, and we're gonna get off into the unboxing of the reel that I went and got. Like I said, man, I've been on Shimano since the beginning, and full circle, you know, gone through a bunch of different reels, all kinds of brands, and made my way back to Shimano. Started using the Corrado DCs, picked up the SLX DC, and you know I've been a huge fan of those reels, and that is why I went with the reel that I went with today. The Mojo Bass was sitting around collecting dust, and we couldn't have that, so I had to go get another Shimano to throw on here. Really quick, I want to say thank you to everybody watching, and thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel lately. I see all the new people showing up. I appreciate all of you taking time out of your day to hop on over here and spend some time with me, watching my videos, subscribing, interacting, commenting. Man, you guys are the best. If it wasn't for you, I couldn't do any of this. I would not be able to do anything that I'm doing. 6 Cents Fishing wouldn't be riding with me. They wouldn't be supporting us like they are. I wouldn't be able to go out and dedicate the time to learning about all of these reels and rods and combos and baits and spend as much time making videos for you guys if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It truly means the world to me that you guys support me like you do. Much love. Let's keep this thing growing. The road to 10K is getting shorter by the minute, and I'm extremely excited for the future. But let's keep rocking. You guys already know I got a Shimano. What Shimano, you ask? It's another SLX DC. The 150 DC SLX from Shimano. Let's crack into this box. I opened it at the store just to make sure. Let's crack into this box. I opened it at the store just to make sure that it was the right reel in there. In fact, that there wasn't anything funny going on. So it's already been unboxed, but I unboxed it again right there for you. You guys know the deal. You guys know what this reel looks like. Digital braking system in here, the SLX DC. Extremely excited to have another one of these. It's gonna go on this Mojo Bass 7.1 medium heavy right now, and we're gonna add this thing to the arsenal. Also, as always, drinking a nice cold Zevia. Not a sponsor for this reel. We're gonna go with Sunline Assassin Fluorocarbon. This is my favorite fluorocarbon line to use on my lake because I have a bunch of zebra mussels, and this is an abrasion resistant fluorocarbon. So if you're in a similar situation, consider picking some of this stuff up. It is not cheap, but it is very well made in Japan. Good stuff from Sunline. This is my favorite fluoro that I've personally used, and I have wasted a bunch of money on crappy fluorocarbon. This right here, good stuff. So I got some 12 and some 15. 12 is what you generally want to run for a bait like this. That's going to allow your bait to run at the optimum depth, let you get down there a little bit further. But for my general use stuff like jigs and Texas rigs, I go with the 15, and that is what we're going to be putting on the reel today. Before I do that though, I'm going to run a monofilament backing. Now let me talk to you a little bit about why I do that. First of all, the most obvious reason is it's gonna keep my fluorocarbon from spinning on the spool. As you can see, this is not a skeletonized spool. There's no holes to go through and tie the line to. You have to go around and tie a knot. And if you don't either put tape on your reel or run a monofilament backing and you hook into any sizable fish, I assure you eventually the whole roll of line will bust loose from the spool and it'll just spin and spin and spin, and no matter what you do, you won't be able to reel your fish in. Ask me how I know, because it has happened to me. Ever since it happened to me, I do one of two things. I either run electrical tape and then put my fluorocarbon or my braid tied directly around that, or I run a monofilament backing. I'm gonna tell you a couple benefits to doing that right now. One, it'll keep your line from spinning. Two, it's gonna help you fill up your spool to its maximum capacity without having to take up as much of your expensive fluorocarbon. You can run about maybe, I don't know, a quarter, or maybe if you want to push it, a third of your reel up with mono, and then you can tie your connection knot with your fluorocarbon, spool your fluorocarbon all the way on, fill your reel up, and it won't take as much of your expensive fluorocarbon to do that. Now, why do you want to make sure your reel is all the way full? I have talked about this in the past, but I'm going to talk about it again right now. You want to make sure that your reels are spooled up as close as possible to their maximum capacity, because they are designed to function with a full spool of line. You will get your maximum performance, your optimum performance out of your reel if you keep your spools full of line. So once it gets down, especially down past halfway, bite the bullet, cut that off, re-spool. It's something that I started doing myself, running a monofilament backing to help keep that spool full, and then always having my spool as close to maximum capacity as I can keep it. And I've noticed that my casting distance and my casting accuracy have both improved, and once I start getting down to where my reel has a light load of line in it, both of those things suffer. So keep that in mind, and that's all I'm gonna rattle on about that now. This video is probably getting long. We're gonna go ahead and spool this thing up. I just run the cheapest of the cheap mono for my backing. I'm gonna tie on this Zebco Omniflex from Walmart. I think it was like $2 or $3 for this whole spool, 700 yards. And yeah, I'm just gonna use what's left on here as my monofilament backing on the new SLX DC. How am I gonna do that? Just like normal. You guys have seen me do this before. If you guys wanna see my whole process, you can go back and see my videos prior where I've done this in the past and made videos about this whole process. But I'm gonna mount the reel up. I'm gonna run the line from the first guide all the way back down to the reel, and I'm gonna tie this monofilament onto the spool of the reel, and then I'm gonna reel it all the way on. And then we'll pick this up with the next steps once I've got all that done. So stand by. All right guys, so like I mentioned, I now have the monofilament ran all the way through the rod, down here onto the SLX, which is mounted to the rod. You can see I started to spool it on a little bit right there. What you wanna do is make sure your drag is tightened down nice and good. And then you're just gonna start spooling on your monofilament so you have a nice layer built up onto your reel. I'm actually gonna go into a different room so that I can do this a little bit more efficiently with some more room and keep tension on that spool. And I'll be right back once I have all this mono reeled up onto this Shimano SLX. All right, so I took a couple pictures with my phone here to show you guys exactly what trick I use. This is something that I often do when I'm spooling up reels here inside the house. I just toss the line down behind the couch cushion and it holds it there snug enough where I don't have to have any contraption. I can just stand there and reel it up, and it works great for me. I know there's tons of different ways to do this. There's all sorts of products out there that can help you, but when I'm inside, throwing it down behind the couch cushion like this right here seems to work perfectly. One thing you want to do is you want the spool to spin as the line is coming off. So that's one thing it enables it to do. You don't want it just to sit there and pull off as the roll stays stationary. You want to physically unroll the line, so keep that in mind. Throwing it down behind the couch cushion enables you to do that. The point is, we got the monofilament on the new reel, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna crack into our good line, our fluorocarbon. This is not cheap. They do not sell this at Walmart, but I'm gonna clip off my roll of Zebco Omniflex. And I'm going to tie myself a connection knot. I'm going to use an Alberto knot to tie the monofilament to the fluorocarbon. In regards to the knot that you use to tie the monofilament to the spool, use whatever knot you're comfortable with, whatever knot you can tie, the cleanest and the smallest and the tightest. Just make sure that that mono doesn't spin around that spool. You shouldn't have a problem. Mono will stick to that metal and it will grip and not spin like fluoro or braid will. 15-pound Sunline Assassin fluorocarbon. Alberto knot coming at you. Gonna tie these two together really quick and I'll be right back. All right, there we go. Mono to fluoro, Alberto knot secured. I actually had to tie that knot twice because I accidentally grabbed my main line with my teeth the first time instead of the tag end. Put a nick in my main line, but that's okay. So what I have now is an Alberto knot from my monofilament backing run to my fluorocarbon on a brand new spool of Sunline Assassin, and I'm gonna head back to the couch cushion, get this spooled up on here, and then we'll talk a little bit about what kind of bait we're gonna tie onto this bad boy before we put it to use. I'll be right back. All right, so back in here now, I got my fluorocarbon spooled onto my SLX DC. As you can see here, the reel is totally, completely full. And as I may have mentioned earlier, I am going to tie on a chatterbait onto this setup. This one right here in particular. This is the Jackhammer, the real, the expensive dog, $18 booger. I love throwing the Salty Super Fluke as the trailer on my chatterbaits. It looks really good in the water. It looks like a little micro school of shad. I'm gonna tie an improved clinch knot right here. 6, 7, I'll go around 8 times for Troy Aikman back in the day, back when the Dallas Cowboys were smashing. Number 8 has always been my favorite number. I always loved me some Dallas Cowboys football when I was a kid, but I don't watch sports so much anymore. Back in the day, it was a lot of fun. And the clinch is in, the clinch is on. There we go, she's chattered out now. The Jackhammer chatterbait on the Mojo Bass 7-1 medium heavy fast with a brand new Shimano SLX DC reel on there. 7.2 to 1 gear ratio. Beautiful rod from Mojo Bass with that Jackhammer on there. And that is the setup. And that is, I think, gonna be the video. I don't know what else to do. We don't have time to go fishing this one. This one has drug on long enough. Fortunately, we are gonna have to cut it off. Hopefully you guys can see everything. Hopefully you guys can hear everything in the video. And hopefully this will turn out okay for you guys. Just a nice little run through on how I spool up my Baitcaster. Once again, this is like the third or fourth one of these we've done by now. But I do believe there are some good tips in here, a couple of updates that I've made along the way. And I thought it would be a good idea to share some of that with you guys. I get a lot of comments about how you guys appreciate the tips, the tricks, the info, and the education out there on the water. So this one's a little bit different, done from here in the office, but that's not such a bad thing. I do have a lot of cool things to look at around me. As you can see here, yeah, I'm a toy collector, fisherman, video maker, video editor, weirdo, whatever you want to call me, man. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. This is what the inside of my brain looks like. I wanted to bring you guys some value in this video, show you guys some of the things that I do, some of the things that have helped me. Running your spools at as close to maximum capacity as possible being one of them. That is an extreme help for your distance and your accuracy. Like I said, the spools are designed to operate with a full spool of line attached to them. Keep that in mind and pay attention next time you get down past halfway and see if your reel behaves any differently. I don't know, maybe it's all in my head, maybe I'm wrong, but for me, keeping them full is the way to go. Ton of new 6th Sense stuff, man. Look at all these 6th Sense heaters. 6th Sense heaters, man. Reds, crawfish, springtime. That was the name of the game for the baits today. Bunch of cool stuff, man. Also, my first Baitcaster ever. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be out there using all of this awesome stuff in a video coming your way very soon, so make sure you sub the channel if you enjoyed yourself. As I mentioned multiple times in this video, please consider shopping 6thsensefishing.com. Use my code JR10 at checkout, save 10% off your entire order. Check them out, support the people who support me. I greatly appreciate you. And if you do, make sure you take a screenshot of your confirmation email that 6th Sense will send you. Hop onto Instagram, send me a DM with that screenshot, and I will give you a little shout out on my story. Everybody who sends me a screenshot of their order gets a shout out, and every once in a while, I may just snag you up, ask for your address, and send you something like that right there for absolutely free. I've done it to a bunch of people already. Try once a week to at least select a few people to get something for free if they've used my code. So consider getting in on that if that's something you might be interested in. That's gonna wrap it up for this one, man. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Super excited to get out there and use the new reel on the old new rod with all of these awesome baits from the shout outs to 6th Sense Fishing. Without them, we could not do it. And without you, we could not do it either. So thank you guys for all of your support, but I'll see you on the next one.